here. What if I told you that a safe life creates boring stories, while a risky life creates unforgettable ones? Look at your life right now. If someone asked you to tell your life story, would it be exciting, or would it sound just like everyone else's? Most people are not living a story. They're living a routine. They wake up, they scroll, they complain, they sleep, and one day, they disappear. This video is not for people who want comfort. This video is for people who want a story worth telling. Because remember this simple but powerful truth: no risk, no story. Part 1. Why most lives feel empty. Let us begin with a hard truth that many people avoid. Most people do not fail in life. Failure is not their real problem. The real problem is that they never truly try. They do not chase what they want. They do not step into the unknown. Instead, they stay where life feels safe, familiar, and predictable. They choose the same paths every day, even when those paths make them unhappy. Slowly, without realizing it, they begin to live on repeat. The same thoughts, the same routines, the same excuses. Over time, their world becomes smaller. At first, they stop dreaming big dreams. Then, they stop dreaming at all. They stop taking chances because chances feel uncomfortable. They stop believing in themselves because belief requires courage. This does not happen because they are weak or lazy. It happens because fear quietly becomes their comfort zone. Fear feels familiar. Fear feels normal. Fear feels safer than change. Fear speaks in a soft voice. It does not shout, it whispers. It asks questions that sound logical but slowly destroy courage. What if I fail? What will people say? What if I look foolish? I'm not ready yet. Maybe later. These words sound reasonable, so people listen. They promise themselves they will act tomorrow, next month, or next year. But tomorrow becomes years, and years quietly disappear. Time keeps moving, even when people do not. Days pass, seasons change, people grow older. And one day, usually in silence, they feel something heavy inside their chest. They realize a painful truth. I played safe, but I still lost time. The safety they trusted did not protect them from regret. It only delayed it. The comfort they chose did not bring peace. It brought emptiness. A safe life may protect you from short-term fear, but it cannot protect you from long-term pain. Because deep inside every human heart is a desire to grow, to try, to become more. When that desire is ignored for too long, life begins to feel empty. Not loud, not dramatic, just quietly empty. And that quiet emptiness is the warning sign that a life has been lived without risk. Part 2. Every powerful story begins with risk. Look at every powerful story you admire, every hero you respect, every leader you follow, every successful person whose life inspires you. When you look closely, you will notice one powerful truth they all share. None of them reached greatness by staying safe. None of them waited until they felt completely ready. They all stepped forward at a moment when fear was strong and confidence was weak. They took a risk before they felt comfortable. Every one of them risked something important. They risked looking foolish in front of others. They risked being misunderstood. They risked failing publicly. They risked being judged, criticized, or laughed at. Many people told them they were dreaming too big or moving too fast. Some were even told they were wasting their time. But they moved anyway. They chose progress over approval. They chose courage over comfort. No one in history became great by staying comfortable. Comfort feels good, but it keeps you exactly where you are. Comfort asks you to repeat what you already know. Growth asks you to enter what you do not know. That is why greatness always feels uncomfortable at the beginning. Every great story starts with a quiet, personal moment that no one else sees. A moment when a person stands alone with fear and makes a decision. A moment like this. I am scared, but I will do it anyway. That moment is not easy. It is painful because it forces you to leave your old self behind. It is lonely because most people do not understand your decision. It is heavy because there are no guarantees. But that moment is also powerful because it changes everything. Once you choose courage, life can never be the same again. Even if you fail, you are no longer the same person. You have crossed a line that most people never cross. Comfort has never made history. Fear has never built greatness. Safe choices have never created powerful stories. Risk is what moves the world forward. Risk is what turns ordinary people into unforgettable ones. Every meaningful life, every strong identity, and every story worth telling begins with a single brave decision to move forward, even while afraid. Part 3. Fear is not the enemy. Most people believe fear is the enemy. They think fear is something bad, something negative, something that must be avoided. But this belief is wrong. Fear is not here to destroy you. Fear is here to inform you. Fear is a signal. It appears when something important is happening in your life. It shows up when you are about to grow, change, or move beyond who you used to be. Fear means you are growing. It means you are leaving your old self behind. It means you are stepping into unknown territory where there are no clear answers. That is why fear feels uncomfortable. The unknown always feels dangerous to the mind, even when it is necessary for growth. If you feel no fear at all, it usually means you are not moving forward. It means you are staying inside familiar limits where nothing challenges you. Think about your own life. Remember the first time you spoke English in front of others. Your heart was beating fast. Your hands felt cold. You were afraid of making mistakes. Remember the first time you failed at something important. It hurt. It felt embarrassing. Remember the first time you stood alone and chose a different path from everyone else. That moment was scary and uncertain. But those moments did not break you. They shaped you. They made you stronger, braver, and wiser. Fear does not come to stop you. Fear does not say, run away. Fear says, pay attention. This matters. Fear appears when something has meaning. It appears when the choice in front of you can change your future. That is why fear is often present right before the best decisions of your life. It is not a warning of danger. It is a sign of importance. The real problem is not fear itself. The real problem is obeying fear. When you obey fear, you stop moving. You delay your dreams. You hide your potential. You allow fear to make decisions for you. But when you learn to move forward with fear, not against it, everything changes. Fear becomes a companion, not a controller. And when fear no longer controls you, growth finally begins. Part 4. Why people choose safety over purpose. Let us be honest with ourselves. Safety feels good, especially in the short term. Safety makes life easier today. When you choose safety, you often receive approval from others. People around you feel comfortable because you are not challenging the system. You are not standing out. You are not making them question their own choices. Safety also brings comfort. It reduces stress, avoids conflict, and protects you from immediate fear. For today, safety feels like peace. But safety always comes with a hidden cost. While it gives comfort on the surface, it slowly takes important things away from your life. Safety takes away growth because growth requires challenge. Safety takes away confidence because confidence is built by overcoming difficulty. Safety takes away self-respect because deep inside, you know you are capable of more. And most dangerously, safety takes away a powerful future. A future built only on comfort is often empty of meaning. People choose safety not because it is right, but because society rewards it. From a young age, society teaches us to avoid failure. It tells us not to make mistakes, not to ask too many questions, and not to stand out. Society praises those who follow the system quietly. It says, don't fail. It says, don't take risks. It says, stay in line and do what everyone else is doing. And when you obey these rules, society gives you acceptance. But here is the truth that few people talk about. Society does not live your life. Society does not feel your emptiness at night. Society does not carry your regrets. When years pass and dreams remain untouched, society will not come to comfort you. When you realize you ignored your purpose for approval, society will not take responsibility. The price of safety is paid later, in silence. It is paid in lost confidence, unfulfilled potential, and quiet disappointment. Society may reward safety today, but it does not pay the price of your regret tomorrow. That price is yours alone. And understanding this truth is the first step toward choosing purpose over comfort. Part 5. The silent pain of playing small. There is a pain that is deeper than failure, and many people never talk about it. This pain does not come from trying and losing. It comes from never trying at all. Failure hurts, but it hurts for a short time. You feel disappointed, you feel sad, and then life moves on. But regret is different. Regret is quiet, slow, and heavy. It stays with you. Failure hurts once, but regret hurts every single day. Many people walk through life with a smile on their face, but inside they feel tired. Not physically tired, but emotionally tired. They are tired of pretending they are fine when they are not. They are tired of hiding the dreams they once believed in. They are tired of acting strong while slowly losing themselves. On the outside, they look normal. On the inside, they feel empty and disconnected from who they truly are. They wake up every day and do what is expected of them, not what feels right to them. They live a life chosen by fear, society, or circumstances, not by their own heart. Over time, this creates a silent pain. It is not loud enough for others to notice, but it is strong enough to drain their energy. They begin to feel lost, even while doing everything correctly. These people do not lack motivation. Motivation is not their real problem. Deep inside, they already know what they want. They know the life they wish they had lived. What they lack is courage. The courage to disappoint others. The courage to leave comfort, and the courage to face uncertainty. Courage is harder than motivation, but it is also more powerful. Because deep inside every human being is a quiet voice that never disappears. A voice that whispers late at night when everything is silent. That voice says, I was meant for more. It reminds them that they were not born just to survive days, pay bills, and repeat routines. They were born to grow, to try, and to become someone they respect. Ignoring that voice creates the greatest pain of all. A life lived smaller than it was meant to be. Part 6. Risk reveals who you really are. Comfort has a strange power. It makes life feel easy, but it also hides your true self. When everything feels safe and predictable, you never have to test your limits. You never have to push yourself. You never have to discover what you are truly capable of. Comfort keeps you calm, but it also keeps you unknown, even to yourself. Risk, on the other hand, removes that protection and reveals who you really are. When life becomes difficult, something important happens. You begin to discover your real strength. You learn how much pressure you can handle. You learn how patient you can be when results take time. You learn how brave you can be when there is no guarantee of success. These qualities do not appear when life is easy. They appear when life demands something from you. Difficulty is not designed to break you. It is designed to show you what is already inside you. You never meet your real self in comfort. Comfort only shows you who you are when nothing is required of you. Struggle shows you who you are when everything is on the line. In moments of struggle, excuses disappear. Pretending stops. Masks fall away. You are left with your choices, your mindset, and your character. That is where your true self lives. This is why risk is not a punishment. Risk is not life being unfair to you. Risk is not a sign that you are doing something wrong. Risk is a form of self-discovery. It forces you to grow into the person you were always meant to become. It teaches you lessons that comfort never can. It builds confidence that cannot be given by anyone else. Confidence earned through struggle stays with you forever. Many people avoid risk because they fear losing. But what they do not realize is that avoiding risk guarantees a different kind of loss. The loss of potential. When you choose comfort again and again, you slowly lose belief in yourself. But when you take risks, even small ones, you begin to trust yourself more. You learn that you can survive discomfort. You learn that you can adapt. You learn that you are stronger than your fears. Risk does not change who you are. It reveals who you are. And once you see that strength, patience, and courage inside yourself, you can never unsee it. That discovery becomes part of your identity. That is why people who take risks walk differently, speak differently, and think differently. They have met their real selves, and they are no longer afraid to become more. Part 7. Small risks create big stories. When people hear the word risk, they often imagine something big and dramatic. They think risk means quitting everything, changing life overnight, or doing something extreme. But real risk is usually much quieter. Real risk often looks small, simple, and ordinary from the outside. Yet these small risks, taken again and again, are the ones that create the biggest stories. Sometimes risk means starting again after you have failed. It means choosing not to give up, even when you feel tired and disappointed. Sometimes risk means speaking up when it would be easier to stay silent. It means sharing your ideas, your thoughts, or your truth, even when your voice shakes. Sometimes risk means leaving what drains you. A habit, a relationship, or a situation that slowly steals your energy and peace. Risk can also be as simple as believing in yourself when no one else does. This may be the hardest risk of all. It means trusting your own vision, even when there is no proof yet. It means continuing to move forward while others doubt you or ignore you. Another small but powerful risk is being consistent when no one notices. Working quietly, practicing daily, showing up again and again without applause or recognition. Most people stop here. That is why consistency is a risk, because it tests patience and belief. These small risks may not look impressive at first, but they create big changes over time. Each small decision builds confidence. Each brave action strengthens self-trust. Slowly, a new identity begins to form. You stop seeing yourself as someone who waits. You begin to see yourself as someone who acts. And that shift changes everything.